say enough for ages, and we're still here. What are they waiting for?
Probably a drunk.
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Balduran? As long as Gortash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course. Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood. Mind flayers are like devils. They just sport tentacles rather than wings. Clever, manipulative, exploitative. The Emperor says he's a friend. I think we'd be fools to believe him. And maybe it's true. Maybe Stelmane allied with a mind flayer and subjected the city to their political will. Or maybe he made an offer she couldn't refuse. I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds, as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different. Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim? I asked Father later. No, he said. A stroke survivor.
You sense uncertainty in Will's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
Something's always gnawed at me. At the banquet, Stelmane didn't seem to look at us, but through us. But that second time, her gaze never left me. It was steel, sharp and unyielding. It could just be my imagination, but I always felt that it was more than a stroke that had changed her. What, though? I couldn't say. Not a tragedy, a calculated cruelty. Think about it. My father was tadpoled. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, you must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it. Yes, and at a great cost, partial ceremorphosis. I'm not about to make such a sacrifice. Not now, not ever. Thank you.
don't know. All we can do
Moving ahead.
is be patient.
Nice.
Let's rehearse this one more time. Pretend I'm a fist and tell
Are they
me
going to
what
arrest
you were
us?
doing in the house.
Let's
What if they
see.
throw us in jail?
Well, you're
Calm down, dear. It won't happen,
on
I
the door
swear.
because it sounded like
I
somebody.
can't really glaze that pig for
The
you.
city fell under Gortash's charms without him casting nary a
Is
spell.
expecting you. Please
Well,
make your way to
most
the
people are
audience
idiots,
chamber.
Will. You can lure them into a dragon's maw if you promise a bag of sweets.
The people aren't stupid, Astarion. They're scared. Gortash provoked a damned war and then promised them safety.
Safety,
Patient.
sweets, it's the same principle.
I almost believed you.
Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Let none transgress on this blessed day. Lord Gortash's ceremony will proceed without hindrance. Non-compliance will be punished.
Nee, ik heb niks hier. Zeg, waar is dan?
Broke down the door because it
That's why nothing's gonna happen to us.
inside.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
You've been seeing the flames. We're still here. What are they waiting for?
I spoke to a witness who says you entered the
I
house.
don't know, dear. I don't know. All we can do is be patient.
What my friend means to say is that the witness must have been.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Hier is het.
Hells, not this again.
The brain is resisting its orders. Without all three stones to control it, it will soon start acting on its own will.
Niet horen. Waarom is hij hier? Ja, Bob ligt erop.
If it isn't little Will, straight to your handler. And I didn't even have to whistle.
Mizora, I've had enough. You owe your life to me. Time to end the pact.
Feeling cheeky, are we? Most unbecoming. Heard about your father. The Absolute's puppet. A damned travesty, if you ask me. He's upstairs in Worm's Rock, ordaining Gortash as Archduke. A splendid party, I hear. Perfect for crashing. Go on up. We'll talk after.
Waarom? Wat? Waarom? Ah ja, omdat Bob de hele tijd op mijn toetsenbord heeft gegooid. Dus die wil ook dat ik dat doe. Dat is niet goed.
Now's not the time for wandering. You can explore once I'm out of Worm's Rock. Fine. But be quick. There are no safe corners in this fortress.
Ja, ik ga niet naar buiten zolang dat zij hier staat. Oh ja, zolang dat ik niet naar buiten ga. Wow. Daar gaan we. groot extra knoren. Ik ben echt benieuwd. Ik voel me nog niet opgewassen.
Stand down, villain. In the name of the Steel Watch. Aggressive action will not be tolerated in the presence of the patriarchs of this proud city. The Steel Watch appreciate your cooperation, citizen.
Dearest Patriarchs, dearest Raven Guard, but a moment. The Blade of Frontiers graces our halls, and he's wearing his devilish best.
My father. He's here.
My friend, forgive the cold welcome. My Steel Watchers are eager watchdogs, for the good of the people. I'm sure you understand. Lord Enver Gortash at your service. I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for that nether stone that you carry.
Ja, waar dat jij heel geïnteresseerd in bent.
You know, it takes all three to control the brain. Without Thorms, it's become vexingly willful.
Not my problem.
The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well... Not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided if you and I come to an understanding.
Ik heb spijt dat Carlos niet bij heb. Zou ik opnieuw beginnen om Carlos te gaan halen?
Together, we can still restore authority over the brain.
Ik weet niet of ik langer rest kan doen.
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
Oh, en ik ben iemand die niet intelligent is.
It's not. But it will not follow new orders unless the Netherstones are united to give the command. When it finishes executing its current orders, it will be free to do as it wishes. That will be bad for everyone. Once it is freed from its shackles, I doubt we'll ever be able to bring it under control again. There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood, and your blood and mine are of particular interest to her. Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before.
2 keer.
She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does.
Niemand vindt raar waarover wij aan het babbelen zijn.
If Orin obtains all 3 Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood.
En jij?
I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth. I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the 3 are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the absolute.
And my father?
Your father will do whatever you command him to, like any other subject in our kingdom. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
An ally could be useful, at least for now. And when he's no longer useful, well, we can dispose of him then.
I like the devil on my shoulder. staat weer iets op de achtergrond openen. Wacht, ik ga heel even zien. Als ik deze slaat. En deze. En deze. Of het dan zo meteen sneller kan gaan. Ah, wacht. Deze ook nog allemaal snel. Ja, je ziet even mijn bord. Wacht, heel even wanneer ik mijn achtergrond nog een beetje slaat. Oké. Ik denk dat dit het was. Dat er... Ik zal zo meteen wel een beter starten.
Gortash's eyes blink in a consistent rhythm. He stands calmly, confidently. He fully intends to share his kingdom with you.
Serieus? Nee. Als ik nu zeg, I will think about it, no promises.
Perhaps a demonstration of why you need my help will motivate you to make the right decision. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
A doppelganger, hidden among us. Squaw.
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived.
Zijn de faceless nu dezelfde die we de vorige keer altijd vermoord hebben? Of is dat Oren?
Even horror has a home. Find her nest and slay her there. For all its charms, Baldur's Gate has long had a cancer at its heart. A hidden temple devoted to Baal. That's where Orin became what she is, where she worshipped and schemed. And now, it's where she hides from my watchers, when she's not spilling blood in the streets. You're resourceful. I trust you'll sniff it out. If the trail goes cold, follow the bodies.
Ja, dus we moeten naar Dolores op zoek.
First Orin the Red, bloody dagger of Baal, causes panic in the streets through killings in the Absolute's name. Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketheric Thorn. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me, Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute. Next, we will declare curfew and begin infecting the masses. Our subjects will hear the voice of their absolute God. The faithful will do anything in the name of their God. Our tyranny, and we are saviors, defenders of the Sword Coast. Our loyal subjects will love us, not hate us. What comes next will be entirely their fault. Powerful connections. Let's leave it at that. Soon. First, come and be witness as I make history. The first Archduke of Baldur's Gate. You will follow me, and you will show due respect.
Iedereen zegt gewoon approve.
Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Raven Guard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Ik ga heel even... Omdat het zo blijft. Solution. Klein beetje minder zetten. Dan gaat het ook sneller.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Liar, liar, pins on fire.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent?
Ik wil gewoon niks zeggen.
Enver Gortash, the council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the steel watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
Oké, iedereen is nu aan het plaatsen. Naar beneden, terug naar beneden, terug naar beneden. Dat is moeilijk mogelijk. Oké, dat is beneden.
Very well.
Oké, naar terug. Een beetje speling.
Ready?
Yes.
What did I tell you? A momentous occasion. I'm sure you agree.
I've had enough, Mizora. What do you want?
Your attention, little pup. Nothing more. And you'll be glad to give it. You see, Gortash has had your father relocated. I'm just an impartial observer. This is Gortash's game. A murderous one, the way I hear it.
Shit.
Your dad's good as dead, pup. And to think, there's no way to save him. Or is is there?
You know something.
I know enough. I'll be in your camp if you want to work something out.
Of course she'd stick her infernal nose where it doesn't belong. Of course she's dreamt up some risible scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning? Mazora's always worth hearing out. That's what makes her so dangerous. We'll have answers soon enough. Mazora's gone to camp. We should speak with her. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to.
Iedereen is praat.
I don't relish the idea of Mazora visiting our camp, let alone offering us anything resembling a deal. When the devils start approaching you, you know you're in deep.
Things at the south gate. L2L's exiles.
Ik heb nog iets te zeggen over wat juist.
Gods, you're beautiful.
A devil will come for her due. Mizora is no different. Whatever it is she comes to offer, whatever choice Will makes, someone will suffer. Count on it. It also promises to break us beyond repair. This ossified parasite does not make us more, but less. There will be ice where once there was fire. There will be a void where our souls once resided. I know, and I won't.
What? Every Duke's just the same as the last, sticking up for each other if the sky falls around us. God, it must be exhausting.
Master Porter, I've taken the liberty of... Oh, you're not the master. Just as well.
We need to look at our own defenses until the danger has passed.
Ja, je gaat wel niks terug verder.
This is far enough. The way should be clear. I can't thank you enough for getting me out of that damned prison. And for giving me courage when I'd all but run out.
It's the least we could do. Your faith in this city should inspire us all.
When the flames roared loudest, you pulled me to safety. Most would have let me burn. I won't forget it. I will travel to the upper city, find what allies I can. You won't fight the coming battle alone. As long as the city stands, I will stand with it. This is my promise.
Is het zo makkelijk om allies te vinden? Denk ik dus niet. mensen. Follow has become a most loyal ally. Hij is verdwenen. We gaan nu naar de Lower City. Waar dat we Vos dan tegenkomen. En nog iemand. Kwam toch nog meer tegen?
By order of Lord Gortash, all livestock admitted to the city must be surrendered. All livestock is now from
These boots have seen everything.
Failure to comply will result in imprisonment and, if obey the law, more severe. And you all have nothing.
You really won't feel it.
Not a thing. Got off back.
Brace yourself. As the Absolute's forces stalk ever closer, take solace in this privilege. And know,
The land is sick, and so are its people.
The Elsong Tavern. I wonder if my old boots are still there. They could be of use to me.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Aye, aye. Pull up a seat. If you can find one spare, that is. With all this talk of war, what else are folk to do but drink? I reckon the murder we'd had something to do with it too. Got punters all intrigued. On that morbid note, what can I get you fine self? I tell you what, the murder upstairs has brought some punters, but it's also really spooked folk out of renting rooms. If we get you staying up there, perhaps folk will calm down and realise there's naught to worry about. You can have the whole upstairs floor until this killer thing blows over.
Nice.
Charity! In Baldur's Gate! Good one.
Ja. We gaan proberen. Yes. We zijn sowieso.
Keep your voice down about the bloody murder upstairs. Top floor's all yours. If it gets a bit too noisy at night, well, don't sleep above a pub.
Finally. I can...
Welcome back. What can I do you for?
Tell me more about the murder.
Going to make this place famous, I reckon. Victim is a bloody duke. Boleyn Stelmane. Well, she was a duke. Now she's just bloody. I reckon I'll be able to charge double for that room once the constable's done with it. Murders and ghosts are always grand for business. At least, I hope. It's been slim pickings since the Absolute butchered that supply convoy. But have a look.
Is someone there?
Assume nothing.
Where am I needed?
Indolence breeds madness.
Nee, omdat 200 is.
Fill your boots, mate.
Here we go.
Ik ben nou naar boven kunnen gaan.
Another spill. People used to like to smoke. Are those pickled trotters ready yet?
Maar ik zag ergens... Ah, daar.
Hold up, citizen. This is a crime scene. No admittance.
You can let them pass.
Nice.
Stelmane's parlor. A place to receive clients and informants. I wonder if it's as I remember it.
Dus dit is nu onze kamp. Foraging is a thing of the past in the Ilfo. Sending to pressure can supplies for resting. Simply visit the druïde hatch.
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients and...
Oh ja, is die elkaar maar slecht aan het doen.
I made it back. I'm here. Thank the gods. Thank the gods.
The bustle here takes some getting used to. Crackling fire and a tresson for company is usually more my speed. Still, we must flow with the current we find ourselves in, however tumultuous it may be. If you've need of me, I'm glad to help.
Er staan een hoek uit. Waarom staan er hier twee van deze? Bitter, bitter.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in beator.
Notum sit in beator.
Holy hells.
Fina, Cirrus, arbiters for the hells, exemplars of justice.
Enough, Mizora. Where is my father? How do I save him?
How else? We bargain. Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable. Yet no contract is ended without sacrifice, Will. The cost must be paid. Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel! I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose.
Ik wil kiezen tussen 2 en 4, maar ik wil eerst 1 doen.
Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
damned wretch! Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Ik weet niet, heb ik dat goed nu aangedaan? Ik weet het niet. Zo... Is nog altijd in de plate, hè?
Gods, I spent 7 years choked by Mazora's leash. And I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet. I didn't. I don't. My sacrifice kept Baldur's Gate safe from Tiamat's rage. But that doesn't mean that the leash never chafed. That I was content to lap up whatever nonsense Mazora fed me. The leash has been broken and my father left for dead. Tomorrow I celebrate my gain. But today, I mourn my loss.
A moment passes. In the stillness, you find a mote of tranquility.
The Raven Guard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something. I signed his life away before the Hell's witnesses. It would be easier to drink the sticks down to the last drop than to alter his fate. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise. We obtain the final 2 nether stones and take back our minds. And the city from the brain.
Hobby, dank je voor de subscription. Ja, ik kon even niet niks zeggen. Wegen.
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into. Impossible. My bargain was uncommonly reasonable. A single soul for the return of Baldur's Gate's most beloved duke. A real bargain, I should think. I never thought the legendary Blade of Frontiers would surrender his father for freedom. Not very valorous, if you ask me. But what does a mean old devil like me know about heroes? You are an inquisitive one. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found new use for an old battle axe. The dead 3 in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious. The Absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise. And you're the best hope I've got at payback. No one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched. Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel. But those cursed shadows were thick enough to fell even a half-fiend. I woke in that damned pod. It kept my body sealed and my most powerful magic silenced. But a brave, kind, benevolent soul set me free. Gallantry isn't dead after all. The 9 hells of Beator. Each its own domain, each with its own archdevil to rule it. I call the first hell my home, Avernus, my mistress Zariel's realm, a torrid battleground split by the bloody waters of the Styx. How I adore it, the delicious agony of it all. The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Perhaps I'll show you myself, if I deem you worthy. Why? I'm supplying Will with every scrap of his infernal power. I've paid my dues many times over. I tell you what, when the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, I'll lend you a hand.
Good enough.
Copper for your thoughts.
Time and again, Will's plight reinforces my decision not to pursue the path of a warlock. It's one thing to make such a sacrifice in the pursuit of such a pack, but to do so in order to escape one. Truly, it leaves you with nothing.
The devil Mizora has made herself quite at home, hasn't she? Do make her feel as unwelcome as you can.
Nee, wacht. Ik ga de volgende keer naar dingen.
Will give up his father to have freedom. An understandable decision. Sacrifices must be made after all. Especially if the old Duke's fall means his rise.
Kan ik zo niet geven? In bed gaan slaan. Kom. Wacht. Dit is ook nog wel daar. Waarom?
The dog is unable to speak through the small bag he holds in his mouth.
I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
Schat. Alleen spet ik de owlbear niet heb.
Please, don't look at me.
We gaan eerst nog de Meudie bezoeken. De vos is... verwacht ons ook toch?
those idiots not to let anyone through? You. Name, rank, and reason for interrupting an active crime scene. For your sake, the last one better be bloody good. An adventurer? Fantastic. We don't have enough of those in Baldur's Gate. Unless you've got useful information, leave me to my work. Duke Stelmane's dead, and I've got to find who killed her.
Ik hoop dat ik een 15 gooi. Alhoewel, we hebben heel veel inspiration. We hebben een 2 gegooid met onze D4. Dat is goed.
Very nice. Correct on most counts. You might prove useful. Here's all I found. The Duke was paralyzed by poison. Absolutist symbols scrawled on the floor in blood. Hand removed, pre-mortem. The symbol's the bit that bothers most. You use poison when you want to get away with murder. So why leave a symbol at the scene of the crime? Doesn't make any sense. And the removal of the hand. I've a theory, but... Oh, well, you're a civilian. That one will be for me to follow up.
Als ik deze nog mis. Oké.
I've been working on an assignment. A side project of sorts. I think the removal of the hand is the key, but I just can't figure out how. Corpses without hands are showing up all over the city, together with dioramas of death and murder. It has to be connected. The brutality of it. The unnecessary brutality. My theory is that it's got something to do with the Lord of Murder himself, Baal. The higher-ups don't want to hear that, of course. The last thing they need is public hysteria about a cult that was supposed to have died out over a century ago. I'd follow up myself. But while this uniform gets me into certain places, it keeps me out of others. Especially places that don't want to be found. Perfect. Unofficially, mind. As far as the higher-ups are concerned, you're still just a civilian. If you end up breaking any laws, well, I won't be able to help you. Report back to me if you find anything. And thank you. If I'm right, you'll be doing a great service to the city.
It's you! Look at us! We made it to the city! We made it to the Elf Song Tavern! And are you? Never thought I'd live to perform for the greatest audience in the realms. The entirety of Baldur's Gate. Big trouble. The most trouble you've ever been in. I've decided I'm not going to perform in the elf song. Mainly because only the elf song itself is allowed to perform. I'm going to open up a school of bards. The best in the realms. To usher in a new age of magic and musicianship. And it's because of you that I dare to dream big enough. Thank you. That means a lot. I wanted to tell you first because, well, you inspired me to do it. Here. My very first lute, tuned to perfection. Thought you'd appreciate it when I'm rich and famous. Take care, my friend. Thank you for helping a bunch of ragtag tieflings in a druid's grove find their way home.
Servant ape? Would you kill those rats, please? Their presence vexes me.
Look, Tambourine. A servant comes to help us. Kill those rats, would you? When they're dead, the other servants will feed us.
Lisa? Of course, love. And please don't call me sir.
The cellars are just down the stairs. There, you'll find my old lodgings.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
breath.
I will ascend.
You're getting close. The wine cellar. There's a hidden door that leads further in.
Very well.
The mechanism to open it is somewhere among the wine racks.
Seems simple enough.
On the other side, you'll find a passageway, known only to those invited to do business.
Been awakened. Vlaakith's forces are near.
Githyanki.
Sooner or later, it will
Vlaakith has
come
found
to
us.
return.
Get rid of them, quickly.
If it doesn't come, we must find evidence of its whereabouts.
Take me on.
Keep your distance, darling. Happy days.
Where am I needed? Heading out.
Another step forward.
On the way.
For the Queen!
None will hear it.
My path be true.
Fleet of foot.
Let's play. The blade will not bend. No time to waste.
Death's cold grip.
Joseph.
Forever dauntless.
Death.
Blackhead is relentless. You handled it well. Let us hope she exhausts her forces soon.
Awake and alert.
I'll give it a shot.
excuse. Blackets will be done.
I will take my pick.
Worth examining. One true way. Within reach. Something over there. What's that?
My old home. Thank you for bringing me back. Look around. You'll find some of my things still intact, perhaps even useful to you.
That's curious.
A shell, a keepsake from my final voyage, pinched in a moment of sentimentality.
A hero at heart. Finders keepers.
My first purchase as an adventurer. No use to me anymore. It's yours, if you want it.
Eager for battle.
How delicious.
I've got a long road ahead. Better not be cursed.
Rascal's collar. My poor four-legged friend. Their lives are so brief, so simple, and yet full.
That's curious.
An old container for brains. Empty. Shame. It would have been nice to find one to sustain me now.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Something over there.
The chains I used to bind my meals. Villains and lawbreakers. You see, I tried to exercise morality where I could.
That might be worth a look.
There she is, in all her glory. Jubelin Stelmane, my old partner. My cutlery set, a gift from my mother. The butter knife is missing, but otherwise it looks to be complete. I don't need it anymore, but the memory stirs something in me still.
Open up.
My old wardrobe, the home of all my disguises. We are what we appear to be, and so appearances matter.
What's this now?
Best get going. Cursed to put my hands on everything.
No, you can't be here. It's not safe. She has my scent. Run. Do not stop until you feel sunlight and fresh air. Orin, she managed to seize me from our very own camp. She tormented me with blades and hot irons. I resisted, but then she forced me to drink a foul brew. The rabid, cursed blood of all manner of beasts. I lost control. I felt the bear take over, blood-crazed. And she forced me into a cage, along with children taken from the streets. I was powerless to stop myself. Their screams, her laughter, it's all I can hear. I do not deserve to see the sun again. She's too strong. You have to turn around. Go. Let me buy you some time. She's coming for you. Then you are an even dumber beast than your druid friend.
Look at it, crawling and sniffing and rooting around in the filth. Is it my netherstone you seek, little piggy? Hush, hush. Orin will take care of you and your little pet. Nothing. No, not a thing. Still gasping and gagging on the foul airs of Baal's temple. I will not slice. His kind die too easily. The Murder Lord demands a better offering. Something new, sticky, sweet, and delicious. He wants you. The Murder Lord does not need permission to kill. You are dull. A blunt blade unfit to flay. But you could be sharpened, thin and jagged. Yes, I will tell you what to do. You'd prefer my whispers in the tyrant's tongue, hmm?
You've heard Gortash's whispers. I see how your skull swarms with his promises. He whinges and wails over the crown of Karsus, wanting to command it without me. Oh, how I long to slit his poxy smile from ear to ear. But I can't touch him. He bound my blade when we first conspired. Gortash didn't want me at first. Didn't trust me. Got me to wag my tongue, swear an oath never to hang him from the hooks. Drip drain him into father's open jaws. You must kill the tyrant. Take the netherstone from his corpse and bring it to my temple.
There we slice and shred each other. The survivor claims the stones. What's left of the other is Baal's. Agree, and I will bring my assassins to heal. They watch you always, longing to spray the crimson from your veins. Refuse me, and you'll learn what happens to those who defy Baal's doctrine. So will your friend.
Orin demands a fight to the death. The prize for the victor, the Netherstones, and the chance to control the crown alone. Accept, and you must kill Gortash. Refuse, and your companion's life may be forfeit, as might your own. Orin's assassins will hunt you like prey for slaughter.
Allies? No. We had a balance. The chosen three. But it tumbled when you turned the Bone Lord to ash. Now, Gortash tries to gouge me from the city. That festering inadequate thinks me a flesher, butchering and cleaving only to whip the herd towards his tin men's oppression. You must kill him. Gore him like a pig prepped for the spit. Only then will you be sweet and sharp, ready for the Murder Lord's purpose. Need? No, I do not need. You are made of nothing. Meaningless flesh and bone. I do not need. I offer. Baal's age approaches, and you could be there to see it. An idol of flesh, made to welcome his bleeding dawn. There is time for you yet. Time to save. Do not underestimate his steel watch. Seek their cradle in the lower city and skewer their skull meat. Make them rust and blood. Then you can gore the lordling again and again and again. But listen close, Bone Killer. Step in my domain while the tyrant still sucks air, and I will carve your failure into your pretty plaything's skull. Bring me his stone, and I will set the bait free. Only then can you and I make exquisite butchery. The victor will set the world to slaughter. That is Baal's offer. He will not make another.
Can't slow down. What's in here?
for chatter.
Over here.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Indolence breeds madness. Repositioning.
Step lightly. Let's see here.
Takes a fight. The consequences are hardly surprising.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Swift and lethal. battle has taken its toll. I should rest.
Have to keep going. What's inside?